A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to live day one coverage from the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational at beautiful Serenity Country Club in Jungwon, South Korea. This the 23rd event of the 2022 KLPGA Tour schedule. Timothy Lowe here. Good to have your company this Friday afternoon. We had some drizzles earlier on in the day, but the weather is set fair for these players here in the opening round. Just 22 degrees Celsius and not too much breeze to speak of out at the Graham Marsh designed Serenity Country Club. These are your feature groups this afternoon. Lee Gai-young off to a rough start, 2 over par through a couple already. She's in the company of Kim Min-joo and Choi Ye-rim. Rookie of the Year pole sitter Lee Yi-won, currently 2 under par, playing alongside Lee So-mi and Oh Ji-hyun. Lim Hee-jeong off to a flyer, 3 under par in her front 9. Suji struggling at 2 over, and Im Jin-hee bouncing back nicely with a birdie to get this year's McCall Mona Park Ladies Open champion back to level pegging on the day. This is what the leaderboard looks like at this point in the championship. Jung Yoon-ji, fresh off her breakthrough victory at the E1 Charity Open a couple of months ago, opened with a 67, enjoys a one-shot lead over Jang Eun-soo and Yoo Hae-ran. Defending champion Kim Hyo-joo opening with a 3 under par 69. Lim Hee-jeong already 3 under, but still has 8 holes left to play. Park Ji-young already has tasted victory this year. She's opened her account with a 70. Low amateur in the field currently Kim Min-sol, who opened with a 70 of her own. And there you see the name of Lee Yi-won. Still yet to win this season on the KLPGA Tour, but my word, what a rookie campaign the teenager is having. Sits comfortably atop the Rookie of the Year points race. She's currently 2 under par. Ji Han-sol has had some chances early doors. Just 1 under par. Part of that massive group in a share of 23rd, which includes Choi Ye-rim and former Korean Women's Open champion Oh Ji-hyun. Using the Silk and River Nines this week at the Serenity Country Club. This is Lim Hee-jeong on the River 9 at the moment. Beautiful Kentucky bluegrass fairways, lovely slick, smooth bent grass surfaces on the greens. Hee-jeong safely on the fairway, just coming out of the right half. Only 117 meters left. It's a 9-iron in hand. Has been swinging the club beautifully so far today. That one just tugged a fraction. No problems. Pin high for Hee-jeong. Choi Ye-rim down the hill for a birdie at 12. I don't think it's that quick, Ye-rim. Ooh, dear. She won that one back. Head scratcher there. Ji Han-sol to 2 under par here at 13. No, just drifts past the right edge. Picked up a 3rd KLPGA Tour title on Jeju Island a couple of months back. It's the first time she's won a 72-hole event. 2 previous wins coming in 3-day championships. Now, Im Jin-hee. How impressive was she at Fortune Hills earlier this year? At the McCall Mona Park Ladies Open, it's an 8-iron in hand. Should be a similar yardage to Hee-jeong into 11. A much better looking line. Oh, maybe just came off the bottom groove. Still, that's okay. Nothing too troublesome. The rookies, Kim Min-joo, currently sits 3rd on that Rookie of the Year points race, and she's going to stay 1 behind the pole sitter. AE1 is currently 2 under. Min-joo will stay at 1. as a professional. She does have a runner-up already this year at the NH Ladies Championship to Park Min-ji. That one's going to go scuttling by. Did open her account so solidly at Sunning Point a couple of weeks ago at the KGE Daily Ladies Open, but faltered on Saturday to end up missing the 36-hole cut. Now Yerim, a little bit more work than she would have wanted for her part. One not going to drop, just pulled straight off the bat. You can see that ball start left. Unforced error from Choi Yerim. Slip out of red figures, the 23-year-old. Ilmin. Yeah. Tidy up and down there for the 19-year-old. Did get to third in the World Amateur Golf Rankings before turning professional. String of pars to start her day. Three putts for Choi Yerim, slips her back to even par. Just inside the top 20 on the money list this season. Choi Yerim, 41 million Korean won bank now. Oh Ji-hyun. Second shot into 12. Slightly downhill. Judged nicely there, just trickling onto the left edge of the green. No problems for Ji-hyun. 7 times a winner on the KLPGA Tour. Now, Im-jin-hee. Pretty straightforward chip shot for the 24-year-old. So very nearly a 0 putt, but a little up and down par will keep her at even. Here is superstar Lee E1. Surely a matter of when, not if, she becomes a KLPGA Tour winner. Such a prodigious talent. Already a runner-up finish this year at the Doosan match play. And with shots like that, you can see why she's collected the most points in that Rookie of the Year points race. Brilliant shot from E1. Good look to get to 3 under, which is the low round on the golf course in this afternoon wave, coming from this lady, Lim Hee-jeong, who's got this to get to 4 and within 1. No, it's not going to get there, is it? Well, I suppose you could say stress-free par. The reigning Korean Women's Open champion. Imperious form at Rainbow Hills en route to that tournament scoring record setting victory. Oh Ji-hyun just tend to blow hot and cold, does this lady. Okay, decent pace there. Best finish this season for Ji-hyun, a runner-up finish to Song Ga-eun at the Daebo House D Open months ago. 6 cuts this season, but still sits 25th on the money list with just a shade over 300 million won banked. There would have been a smile on her face this morning. Her longtime partner, former Players champion Kim Si-woo, partnering Cam Davis to pick up the International's only point in the President's Cup foursomes this morning. For Ji-hyun. Little formality for Im-jin-hee to stay at even. Country Club. The back nine is a little bit wider than the front, so it does present good scoring opportunities, but as always is the case, you've got to be working out of the fairway. Troy Rim's done the first part of that equation to great effect. How bold does she want to be with this second shot? Pins only 6 paces from the left edge of the bunker. Regards the left edge of this green. Okay. It's a bit high for Troy Rim. To convert to join Lim Hee-jung at 3 under par. Does that one stay out? Good all the way. It does not drop for Lee Won. So a chance goes a begging for the 19-year-old still. It is often the case. A very solid round of golf she's piecing together. Bogey-free, a couple of birdies. Hee-jung, the tiddler left for her 4. Well done. 2 LPGA majors to her resume. One came in her rookie season back in 2019. Let's have a look at the beautiful par 4 12, placed on the big elevated tee box. 186 meters is either fairway. It's about 35 meters below the level of the tee, so you do get a bit of extra distance with your tee shot. 55 to reach the pair of bunkers up the left-hand side. Really shouldn't trouble these ladies. Second shot also plays downhill to this sort of vertically kidney-shaped green, if we can even call it that. The pin today only 5 paces from the left edge, but in the back section of the green, 26 paces from the front edge. So you find the fairway, particularly the right half, and you've got a decent chance to attack for your second shot. So birdie certainly not out of the question here at the par 4 12. Gains back up. Pepper. On the tee. Always a bit shut at the top. See a lot of players that have that bold left wrist with a shut club face, really working on turning hard. And turn and burn is what Colin Morikawa called it. Hasn't been the best accuracy off the tee this week. Half her fairways hit. Just peeling off to the left-hand side. For an excellent position. Jin Hee went through at the BC Card Han Kyung Ladies Cup last year. Finished a shot clear of 7 players, including Jang Hana. To her first win. Now, year in. Makeable one, just off the edge of 13 green. Contend with that bobbly fringe. Just looked like along the grass, took a little speed off that putt. It's interesting, these bent greens, they often look so good, and they are very good, but sometimes when they're not rolling that quickly, which these aren't today, it's Ramsey Country Club, it can trick players up. You always think that ball's going to release out a little bit more. Watch the swing on repeat all day long. Lim Hee-jung, textbook modern golf swing, and another fairway split for the 21-year-old. Championship hosted by great Seri Park, 25-time LPGA Tour winner, the godmother of Korean women's golf. So many players in this field would have looked up to her and idolized her growing up. Ji-Han Seol, surely one of them. That one just short of the green, but it's going to release out nicely. Beautifully works out for Ji-Han Seol. So that's going to afford her a birdie opportunity. Middle of the fairway once again is where we're going to find Lee Hee-won. Brilliant opportunity. Slipped by back at 12. Unlike 12, the second shot into 13th place, significantly uphill. 6 iron for E1. Another dart straight over the top of the stick, but that's just the difference, coming in with a slightly longer club to an elevated green. Not able to get that one to stick. Still has a chance. Hee-jung. Punching it into 11. Can afford to tug it here on 12. Just a little bit squirrely with the short irons, it seems, for Lim Hee-jung. It's going to leave her a fairly long and slow putt coming up that slope. Lee So-mi. Let's look at the 5-time KLPGA Tour winner today. Doesn't like that one. Doesn't like it one bit. Oh, just going to get tangled up in that secondary cutter rough of the 23-year-old. Hasn't quite been her best stuff this season. Still inside the top 10 on the points list. Now, Jin-hee, wedge from 121. It's like downhill line, making sure that weight moved forward, and unfortunately, she's going to be giving Lim Hee-jung a line there on 12. These are struggling to get it back to this hole location. Now, Ji-hyun out of the right rough at 13. Play for some release here. It's just the problem. Out of that rough and just nestles up against the collar. It's going to be an awkward lie for her third shot. Now, Ji-Han Seol Take advantage of that wonderful second shot. Just saw that start left again. See that flag fluttering in the breeze? It does seem like it's picking up a little bit, which should make scoring conditions a little bit tricky for the afternoon starters. Great news if you're Jong Eun-ji, sitting pretty in the clubhouse after that opening round of 67 gives her a one-shot lead. hole. Water all over the place here. This is Hong Hyo-min's 9th hole. Started on the back 9. Straight pass to this point, but she's thinking birdie here with wedge in hand. Just, say, a 10 feet shot. Look at that. It's going to take the little ridge and keep on working its way away from the hole. It's a 4 out of 10 for a player of her caliber. Just getting tricked out by the breezes there, perhaps. We've seen it started to pick up over the last half hour or so. And here in, up the hill on 14. We've just rolled over Ji Han So's pitch mark. That's not bad. Gives herself a look. Is she far enough away from the collar? Yeah, that ball's way back in the stance, trying to get really steep. Just chop down on the back of it. Clean contact. And did she get all of it? It's trying to work its way down the slope. There's a little nerve jangler left for par. Just a touch unlucky with that break on the second shot for Oh Ji-hyun. Jin-hee first to putt here. So gradually moves from her right to left as it makes its way up to the hole. It started low. It started really low and never had the speed. Goodness me. She was putting through a bit of the imperfections on this 12th green. Still, that was a poor misjudgment. Now, Somi, less green to work with, but a slightly easier shot than Oh Ji-hyun's. Played that beautifully, did Lee So-mi. Killed it in the fringe. Made that look very simple indeed. And up to the par 3 15th and Ji Han So. Birdied par 4 second. All bars since. Although, it's not going to skip up. This swirling breeze, it's going to make it tricky on this inward half for our featured groups. E1. Again, shaves the edge of the cup. Does Lee E1. Speaking to caddy of Korean men's professional Bio Kim, Lee Sun-suk, a couple of weeks ago, and he said, my goodness, if E1 could putt, she'd win everything, such as the talent she possesses ball striking wise. The same could be said for Lim Hee-jung, and this one not going to drop for her, although a nice roll for the 21-year-old. It's fascinating. So many brilliant ball strikers. The thing that separates them is putting. But again, having said that, you don't see too many boomstick or arm lock putters employed by LPGA, KLPGA stars. They're all very conventional. A couple of left-hand lows, 1 or 2 claw grips, but for the most part, it's a very simple-looking game. And well, that's just poor from Oh Ji-hyun. Really disappointing bogey. She will drop back to even par. Manages a smile. First look of the afternoon at Park Hyun-kyung, who's having a rather rotten day. Not a birdie on the card, 2 drop shots. A 4-time tour winner. That's a little bit better from Park Hyun-kyung. She's the only player on the KLPGA Tour this season yet to miss a cut. 60 and ties will make it through to the final round on Sunday at the conclusion of play tomorrow afternoon. Now, in Jin-hee, important putt here momentum-wise to salvage a par at 12. never moved. And I think we're going to see a bit of that over the first couple of days here at Serenity Country Club. You don't want to see it here from Lee Won. Got to keep your focus here. Keep it inside the hole. Nice positive stroke. Yes, well done. Three-putt bogey 5 takes Im Jin Hee the wrong side of par. Now 1 over for the championship. Hwang Yo Min, outside chance for a birdie at 18 to make the turn at 1 under. It's like treacle coming up that ridge. So hard to convince yourself to hit that one hard enough. Try to recover the shot she dropped with that 3-putt at 12. This for birdie at 14. Keep coming, keep coming. Nothing more frustrating in golf, really. But short in the jaws. Level par, outward half of 36. Yeah, well done. Hwang Yo Min makes her way across to the first hole. Let's take you through this uphill par 413. 363 meters on the scorecard. It's tree line, but it's not what you would call a tight fairway. There is plenty of room for these players to play with. Just the one bunker on the left-hand side to keep a watch out for. Coming in with anything from a 6-iron to a 9-iron, maybe even a wedge for the big hitters. So the key is finding the fairway, because that pin today, just in that front left section, the front 6 from the left, not easy to get to if you're coming out the rough. Oh Ji Hyun will tell you just that. This hole's only given up 6 birdies today and is playing about a fifth of a shot over par. So par, not a bad score on 13 this opening round. Stable. Lee Jong looks over the ball. Big shoulder turn, but doesn't sway off it. That transition. Just keeping a keen eye on this one. It's gonna try to kick back in the fairway. Can't quite tell from that camera angle, but she should be okay. Front edge here. Hansel at 50. Chipping downwind. To work with, a slight uphill line, not a difficult chip. Ooh, settle down, goodness me. That's a bit heavy-handed from Ji Hansel. Small consolation is she'll be putting back into the breeze. One from the first cut of rough. Right-hand side of 40. Straight downwind. Try and carry it about 5-6 paces past the front edge, and everything should release out to the hole. Carried it all the way there. That's a bit of a mistake, but I suppose again the good news, chipping back into the wind. Clean line the fairway. Shouldn't be too difficult now. Come on, Hyun Kyung. Get a red number on the board. This for birdie. today. It's really been that kind of season for Park Hyun-kyung. Hasn't missed a cut, but hasn't really been much of a factor come Sunday afternoon on the KLPGA Tour. Still, 11 events, including this one, left to go in the season. Plenty of opportunities coming up. 31.5 billion won total prize purse for 2022. Ji-hyun. Oh, that's nice. That's a very good shot from Oh Ji-hyun. Gives herself a look at birdie. She gets up to the screen. So a lot more work than she would have liked for her part. But she's going to escape with a 3, keeps the scorecard clean, keeps the string of pars going. It's hard work, but it's all coming together for Ji-Han Seo, this back 9. Hyun-kyung to clean up for her 3. Doesn't make many mistakes from that range. Hyun-kyung, permanent fixture atop the putting stats category on the KLPGA Tour. Back on the tee, Choi Rin. Ideally, you want to carry this 2 yards past the front edge. It will release out. Not bad. Not bad at all. Jung Yoon-ji, feet up in the clubhouse, still enjoying the view from the top. She leads by 1 after an opening round of 67. Current points leader Yoo Hae-ran nipping at her heels, just a single shot back with the defending champion Kim Hyo-joo opening with a 69 this morning. Looks like Hee Jung's ball did just end up in the right-hand rough. Gotta be careful here. Don't want to catch a jumper like OG Hyun did. And doubly sure that wasn't going to happen. Just short of the green. Not too difficult. She's left that. He-won. Nice clean line. Slightly above her feet, but pitching back into the wind. Pretty flat once it hits the surface. Yeah. Not bad. Your rim is right to lefter. Trying to get back into red figures. It's just a bit of a grind this afternoon. These players in the second wave. Conditions certainly a good shot and a half trickier than they were in the morning. Not too many, bar the likes of Hee Jung and Yi-won, making inroads into Jung Yoon-ji's clubhouse lead. Well, Hwang Yo-min's hit the turn, making her way up the par 4 first, and she's had a right old adventure. Carved it right into the right tree, so just had a pitch out sideways. Still hasn't made it all the way back into the fairway. And up and down from 112 required. If he wants to keep that string of pars going again, this outward half is a lot tighter than in the back nine. Driving really a premium in the front nine at Serenity Country Club. And that one is going to challenge in. The run of pars could be coming to an end on this first hole. OG Hyun almost slapped it into the flagstick with her second shot. 20-footer left for a birdie. Slow one, got to give it a thump. Got to give it a thump, Ji Hyun. It's disappointing. Just get the sense that someone's got to start getting on a bit of a run. Lim Hee Jung had it going on the front nine, going out in 33, but all pars to start the back nine. Yeah, not bad. Well played. Does do that so brilliantly. Jung thinks her way around the golf course beautifully, doesn't make many mental errors or sort of course management errors, doesn't leave herself with too much to do. I like this. It's about 2 feet, but gonna go ahead and tap that one in. Another steady par for Lim Hee Jung. Inside the top 5. Nobody's going better than her so far this afternoon. He wanted to stay at 2 under. Well holed. Good up and down. Keeps the scorecard nice and tidy. Try your rim for her par. Almost 4 cuts this season. There's Choi Yoo-rim. Just finish, runner-up finish to Jihan Seol at the Jeju Samdasu Masters. In Jin Hee. Try to get it back to level on the day. There you go. It's a nice way to do it. Great bounce back birdie for the lady who currently sits 22nd on the money list. So up the hill into 60. It's a long way from 164. Hybrid in hand. made a very good fist of that. What a shot from the 26-year-old. Brilliant stuff from Jihan Sol. Suji came so close to defending her title at the KGE Daily Ladies Open just 2 weeks ago. And yeah, that's better from Kim Suji. A horrid start with 3 straight bogeys, but she's bouncing back on the back 9. Now back to 1 over par. I've seen a couple of putts dropping from Min Jin Hee and Lim Suji. See if that can pick things up a bit for these ladies this afternoon. Lee So-mi on the 15, downwind with a 7-iron. She likes it. Why wouldn't you like it? That's much better from Lee So-mi. Excellent tee shot and a good look to get into red figures for the first time this week.
우측 뒤가 더 낫긴 해. 근데 난 이거 쳐도 저물만큼만 떨어지면 충분할 것 같아.
Sometimes playing these par 3s downwind with front hole locations, not the easiest thing to do. We saw Jihan Sol try to just get on the front edge and come up short, and then you've got that downwind chip. It's not terribly complicated, but it can get away from you as it did with Hansol's. It escaped with the par. Now he won. She's got a great mental picture of what she needs to do here after watching Lee So-mi's tee shot. It's a club less for the teenager. Coming in much higher. And okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Jihan Sol after that terrific second shot into 16. This for a second birdie of the afternoon. Just move a little left. Wow, both of us fool. Goodness, that went right. Oh, she squandered some chances of this back 9, hasn't she? Had some great looks at 10. It's 13 and another one on 16, so still 1 under, still bogey free. Yeomin for her par at 1, trundling down the hill. Good effort, but it's going to be a drop shot. It's going to slip her the wrong side of par. Checking out some of the other scores on my scoring terminal. Unfortunately, Park Hyun-kyo just tossed in a double bogey 6 at the 16th, so she's at 4 over. Yeomin at 1 over par. Hee-jong on the 14th tee. Similar to 30 in the sense you want to try to keep it in the short stuff. Give yourself maximum spin control on it, trying to keep it on the fairway and attack with your second shot to that right hole location. One for her birdie. Going to be really slow, this one. A good positive stroke on it. Yeah, not bad effort from Lee Won. keep her 2 under the card. Hansel, the penultimate hole, 17th. Body language tells me it's going a little right edge of the green. Try and work its way back. Not bad. In professional golf, it's not how good you hit it, it's how good you miss it. And if your misses are still on the green, you're going to do just fine. Ji Hyun. It's a positive stroke. And that's a positive result. So a nice 2 will take Oh Ji Hyun back up into the top 25 and back to red figures. Suji to the fairway here on 14. So much acceleration through the hitting area can generate lots of spin, and that's a brilliant shot into the 14th from Kim Soo-ji, who's got that to get back to even par after an awful start. Saw her 3 over standing on the 4th tee. He has turned into a bit of a gamer on the KLPGA Tour, Kim Soo-ji. Kwon Seo-yeon, only 5th on that rookie points race. 2 under par, playing her final hole of the day and setting up an opportunity to post around in the 60s. Identical yardage, Kim Soo-ji. And 3 very good shots into this 14th hole, setting up 3 good looks at birdie for our featured group this afternoon. Jin-hee, Kim Soo-ji, and Lim Hee-jeong. Although Hee-jeong the only one under par. Somi to get into red figures. Well done. That tee shot deserved a 2, and a 2 Somi will make. So nice birdie there at 15. Like Oh Ji Hyun, gets to 1 under and a share of 23rd. So a couple of nice birdies, perhaps a sign of things to come. But Young Yoon-ji still, as she was at the beginning of our coverage, sits atop the pile at 5 under par. look to close out an opening round for Kwan Seo Yeon. Not to be a 69, but a very solid opening round of 2 under par 70. We'll see Kwan Seo Yeon head into Saturday just outside the top 10. 3 wonderful birdie looks at 14. It's Hee Jong first to putt. Has to get within 1. In she goes. Lim Hee Jong makes it a 3-way tie at 4 under par. She's got 4 holes left to play. She's within 1 of Jong Yoon-ji's clubhouse target of 5 under par. Ji-Han Sol. She's missed a couple from short and mid-range. Maybe a long-range one on 17. Just over 30 feet. Brilliant effort. And that will remain above ground for Ji-Han Sol. String of pars set to continue. There's one birdie on the 14th. This one for another Kim Soo-ji to get back to even par. Should just be an inside left edge putt. Didn't take the flag out this time. Normally putts with the flag stick in. Oh no. That's a real shame for Soo-ji. It was a delightful second shot. But only a par for Soo-ji. Now, Oh Ji-hyun, after that delightful birdie at 15, now takes to the tee on 16. Leaking right just a touch, but it's going to catch a piece of the first cutter rough. It's setting up nicely. It's going to be a fairly lengthy second shot in, though. And maybe we're just not able to hit it. Sony can find a couple of late birdies coming home. Last win was the 2021 Daiwinia MBN Ladies Open for her 5th title. Also did win the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open, the season open on the KLPGA Tour last season. Uh-oh, that one definitely heading right. Try to save it at the bottom. Ooh, well, it's okay. Just going to be coming out of some very juicy rough on the right-hand side of this long par 4. Just got ahead of it a touch. Drop that club on the inside. Hung that club face open. E1. Very much like Lim Hee Jong. Such a solid, modern golf swing. Big shoulder turn. Really stable lower body. It drives aggressively through the ball. But she's looking like it could be hitting up the right-hand side as well. Right half of the fairway. Excellent tee shot from the teenage rookie. Certainly enjoying a freshman season to remember. Hwang Yo-min on the other side of the golf course. Outside chance for birdie here at 2. Quite stone dead for Hwang Yo-min. Why don't we have a look at the par 350? First of the 2 par 3s on this back 9, only 158 meters, and today, as we've seen throughout the course of our coverage, pretty much playing straight downwind. 58 meters on the scorecard. The pin today, cut 13 paces from the front edge, pretty much right in the middle of that front section of the green. But the real key is you want to carry this, I want to say 153 meters, a couple paces past the front edge, and let it roll out like we so need it. Everything on this green sort of gently slopes from the back left to the front right, as you can see on the heat map. So if you leave yourself pin high or just underneath the hole, it's a fairly makeable putt for birdie.
핸드폰 소리 안 나게 해주세요.
If the last hole was anything to go by, I'd be surprised if we see 2 or maybe 3 balls within 10 feet of this par 3. Just about see the flag on the green fluttering in the breeze. 8 iron for Hee Jong. It's taken off on a very nice line. Well played there. Carried it maybe just a fraction too far, but still a look for birdie for Lim Hee Jong. Shot was urging him half here. You see it sitting in the right rough. It's going to be a long iron coming over that deep bunker on the front right side of the green. Not easy this. Good contact. Just carries the bunker, and it's going to work out really well for Oh Ji Hyun. Watch this one feed. Well played. She will take that in a heartbeat. Can't see it from where she is, but she'll be delighted when she gets up to the putting surface. In the middle of the fairway, we'll be able to get a little bit more control on this one, but the task remains the same. Clear that bunker. Maybe scuttle through the green. It's not a terrible leave. 158 left for E1. Double cross that, try to save it at the bottom. It's gonna hang on to the left edge of the green. It's gonna be a rather lengthy look for birdie. What kind of lie does Lee So-mi have in this right rough? Ooh, an appetizing one. It's going to be well below her feet and a slight upslope as well. Just about see the top third of that ball. She'll have to look out left. Can't go flirting with that bunker. Easy to do off a hanging lie with the ball below her feet. That's just off in that little collection area right of the green. A test of her short game skills, to say the least. Choi Ye-rim on the 17th tee. Hello, hello. Very nicely played by Choi Ye-rim. It's going to be a putt for birdie. Already had a hole-in-one today. It came from Kim Ka-young in the morning wave, en route to a 69. Coming on the 7th hole. Now on to 15. Hee Jong for back-to-back birdies. And for a share of the lead. It's going to be low. Par will do her scorecard, no damage. Only drop shot for Lim Hee Jong coming back on the 6th hole. Par 5, surprisingly. Graham Marsh designed Serenity Country Club, the city of Jungwon. Home to the OK Savings Bank Sayri Park Invitational. So you can see it below the level of the ground. Everything pitches downhill once it hits the surface, and she's chipping downwind as well. Oh, that took a nasty bounce just off the fringe. An awkward one coming back for par. Not bad from that spot. Joe on 15 for her par. Straightforward this. Just keep her line so nicely with the putter. Forearm at the shaft, almost a straight line. Rocks the shoulders, picks it out of the middle. Winner. Birdie at 60. Has it got the legs? It doesn't. He's coming under pressure from the U1 once more. Good ones to keep the line going on this back notch. You need to make another one. 16. Now, Hwang Yo-min, the par 3 third. Guessing the wind wrong there. Look at what she's left herself. It's a good 65-footer left, at least. Spinning her wheels a little since turning professional. Hwang Yo-min does have 2 wins on the jump tour. Still yet to make a cut as a professional on the TLPGA tour. Ji Hyun for an unlikely 3 at the 16th. Very good roll. That's what you want to see. He has been positive over putts. You've got to give him a chance. Not drop, but at least they had a play. Might be in the way of Lee, so just going to move her marker. Exit stage left. While they ponder their putts on the 16th, let's have a look at what the players face at this 361-meter four. Much like the 15th, this is playing pretty much straight downwind, and it's one of the more demanding driving holes on the back nine here at Serenity Country Club. Carry it over that right trap. Get yourself like a middle long iron into this green. 25 feet, be very pleased with that. So if you're going to miss the fairway, much rather be up the left-hand side than the right. It's given up 7 birdies today, but still playing just a shade over its par. The temptation. Jones to start this over the right half of the bunker and try and just absolutely smoke a driver downwind. Doesn't turn over, it could be in Lee So-mi country. Very well be where Jeong's tee shot has ended up. So-mi up ahead on the green, trying to stay at 1 under. Oh, wow. That went left in a hurry. Spike mark, perhaps. So just as quickly as she got it into red figures, Lee So-mi is going to slide back to even par. Hyun-kyung in a real struggle today. Clubhouse can't come fast enough. 105 left to this closing par 5, slightly downhill, not a birdie on the card today, and well, that, even if it goes in, it's going to be a 75. Lots of work to do to keep that string of made cuts going. She's only missed one cut in the last 2 years of the KLPGA Tour. That is a real hallmark of consistency. Now, E1 to stay clean. And stay clean she does. Looks solid over the short putts so far this afternoon. Just hanging around, that's all you can do. Jihan Sol also out of the right rough, and also it's clean on the day. Even ton left, slight downhill line. Oh, got left of this flagstick surely. That's the prudent play. Not really birdie hunting there, but uphill putt left. 2 putts gets her in 71 shots. And last play of this group, Han Jin Seon is 1 over for the championship. Now Choi Yu-rim, after that delightful tee shot at 17. Come on, pop it in for a 2. Yeah, well done. That's a nice deuce at 17 for Choi Yu-rim. Recovers the shot she dropped at 12. Goes back to red figures.
여기가 아까 보니까 그쪽 별로 많이 떨어지더라고.
here. Keep the speed up. Easy to lose this low if you quit on it. Just sneaks it in the left edge, but it's fine for Oh Ji-hyun. Somi getting back to even par after that sloppy tee shot on 16, cost her a bogey 5. It's like a back foot running wedge, and that is the prudent play for Hwang Yo-min. Bump and run, has to keep running. Oh no. Difficult for herself this afternoon. Ji-hyun, the 9th hole, 130 meters left. She's in that group at 4 under, just 1 behind. Gonna scamper on. He's going to try. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ji-hyun to another. Oh, Ji-hyun at 70. To the heart of the green, just going to release on a couple of more feet, no problems though.
슬라이스 바람이어서 원래는 핀 왼쪽으로 떨어집니다. 핀 왼쪽으로 더 슛입니다.
This is an awful spot for Lim Hee-jung on 16. Easy to lose this one right, and she was looking well out to the left and just came off the bottom groove. Under pressure here to save par at the 16th is Korean Women's Open champion. Great view back at the tee on 17. E1. I think this would be an 8-iron. A powerful young player. 7-iron as well. Gonna have to feather this one. Longest par 3 on the golf course, the 17th. Don't play from elevated tee box. 7-9, you would think. Yes, I had the sense that if OG Hyun hit 7-9, Lee Won
공 다친 걸로
probably a good
바꿀게요.
club longer than her. Should have taken an 8, but runs through the green. Not terrible. Hyun Kyung at the last. Try to put a smile on her face. This is her fourth shot to the closing hole. Not going to be a grandstand finish, and it's going to be a very disappointing opening round of 4 over par 76 for Park Hyun Kyung. Really disappointing. 22-year-old. Somi, would she channel the tee shot she hit on 50? This has got to be the right club. Daytime. Drifting a little right. It's going to try and work its way towards the pin. Excellent tee shot from Lee So-mi. That's more like it. For a share of the lead. Ji Hyun 3. Keep coming. Had the line, didn't it? Certainly had the line. Wilmin to stay at 1 over. Okay. Caddy was a bit nervous, but it's a par. Sigh of relief as she makes her way off that green. Ji-Han Seol up the hill for a closing birdie. It's a round that certainly promised more for Ji-Han Seol. She's going to be too disappointed with the bogey-free 70 right now. Lee Ji-hyun not going to be 3 straight birdies to finish for her. But this for a round of 68. So the third 68 posted in this opening round at the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational. She was 1 over through 3, but blemish-free after that. Lovely work from Lee Ji-hyun 3. Ji-Han Seol to tidy up for a 71. Bogey free 71 opens the account of Ji-Han Seol this week. Start the weekend 4 back, 1 under par. E1. Straightforward little chip shot remaining. And certainly made that look very simple indeed. Good bit of touch from Lee Won. He jumped third shot now. The left side does open up the angle of this green a bit. It's tricky to judge the release coming out of the rough. Keep going. That's to avoid a second bogey of the afternoon. Now Ji-hyun on 17, so a gentle left to righter for birdie. Steady. Good effort. But there's a little meat left on that bone. position all the way on this hole. That longer par putt. Hee Jung with Somi had in the group ahead. Just wants to dive to the left in the last 5-6 feet. Not one you're expecting to make too often. Just about a 1 in 10 shot here for Hee Jung, according to our statisticians. Paying the price for an errant tee shot. Slides out of a share of second. And to tie for fifth with the likes of our defending champion Kim Hyo-joo, who we'll see tomorrow in our featured group coverage. 2 holes to play, including the par 5 18th for Hee Jung, so there are birdie opportunities available. Ji Hyun for her par, it's not gonna come back, and well, that's a really sloppy bogey for Oh Ji Hyun. Shown bits of brilliance on this back nine, but there have been moments where you ponder what exactly was going through her mind. So not a formality, this one. Still gotta give this a little attention. I have this just on the left edge at decent pace. Yeah, nice bounce back birdie for Lee So-mi. Couple of twos on the back nine to 1 under par. So untimely bogey at 16 is going to slip Lim Hee-jung out of the tie for second at 4 under par. Lee Ji-hyun posting the round of the afternoon at 68, but still no one threatening. Jung Yoon-ji still sitting pretty at 5 under par. Jung respond after dropping a shot at 16? See, it is possible to sneak one close on 17, throw it out towards the TV tower. Use that slope when it hits the green. 8 iron for Hee Jung. Oh, takes a unlucky little kick to the right, but it is going to try to work its way back. Not bad. Pin high. A decent look for a 2. Waits Lim Hee Jung when she gets down to the 17th green. The home hole. Look concerned, maybe didn't get all of that, but should play this as a 3-shot hole like pretty much every player in the field. Season with a runner-up finish on Jeju Island, but really hasn't been able to do much since. Did finish 3rd at the Daiwinia MBN Ladies Open in defense of her title. A couple of other top 5s at the Yuan Charity in the BC Card Hankyong Ladies Cup. That one's just going to skip through the secondary cut. Teed up in the first cut, so not bad. 340 million Korean won banked so far this season. Lee So-mi. Ji Hyun. Quick pickup of the tee tells you exactly where that one's headed. Down the pipe. Fiddly looking lie for Choi Rim on the 18th. 11 left. Don't get too much spin on this one. Could have done with a little bit of it. Still not too bad. It's a makeable chip from back there for Choi Rim. On the other side of the golf course, really giving herself great looks at birdie. Just not quite firing on all cylinders. There's the 19-year-old. Legend hand should really expect that to be less than 10 feet. So-mi. 289 left, trying to get to that second fairway, and oh no, bottom of the club into that creek that bisects this 18th hole, and oh dear. It has been a case of 1 step forward, 2 steps back this afternoon for Lee So-mi. Ji Hyun. Sounded like a little bit better contact, but that one's coming in with a pretty low flight as well. Okay. Just gets over the bridge. But it's on dry land. And that little stream is going to be the last thing from Lee Yuan's mind here. Best angle, you want to be at the left out of the fairway, but there's water up there as well, so you want to be careful. And she'll settle for right half of the fairway. So the lady who leads the current Rookie of the Year points race to the lady that finished 4th on that race back in 2018, Choi Rim. Took a soft first bounce, just killed all the steam. Yeah, she's a little puzzled by that one as well. Yo Min try and get something going here. And that's wide off the mark at 4. Wouldn't be the first amateur superstar who's struggled making the transition into the play for pay ranks. It's a different kettle of fish, even though she is a fairly seasoned campaigner on the KLPGA Tour already. Now, Yerim for a 71. Yeah, well hold. Good up and down. Steady start to the championship for Choi Yerim. Inside the top 25 with the weekend to look forward to. Hee-jung for a birdie 2 at 17. Oh, has she hit it? No, she hasn't. That's frustrating from Lim Hee-jung. Well, you do see that late in the day, later in the day, as the shadows start growing long. The grass does grow. A bit more friction. Greens slow up a little bit. Player's just not used to adjusting to that pace. So Somi's taken her drop after finding the penalty area with her second shot. Now a long way back for her 4th at this par 5. Just pitch into that upslope. Killed all the momentum. Unless that one goes in, Lee Somi not going to be under par at the end of play this Friday. Poorly executed second shot for Lee So-mi. It's going to be rather costly at this final hole now. Ji-hyun barely carried that penalty area, but it's okay. 107 left. Yeah, doing the smart thing, just looking out to the left. Right around pin height. There's a chance. Birdie 4 at the end. E1. I suspect he'll be taking dead aim here. Inside 100 left. Wedge in hand. Soft greens. A squirrely one from the E1. Conditions have proved tricky in this afternoon wave. Lee Ji-hyun returning the best round of the afternoon starters, a 400 par 68. But Jung Yoon-ji's target in the clubhouse of 67 looks to be unchallenged as play starts to wind down here on the opening round of the OK Savings Bank Sayri Park Invitational. This would be one way to make a par at the last for Lee So-mi after finding the water with her second shot. Kick left pretty hard when it hits the green. Wasn't a million miles away. It's going to be a birdie, bogey finish for Lee So-mi, and she pops that one in. She's going to scribble her name next to a level par 72. Back on the tee, group of Hee-jung, Suji, and Im Jin-hee. It's Hee-jung first to play. Left-hand side with a little peeling fade. Should catch a piece of the fairway. No, and like it nestled down quite a bit. Not sure she'll be able to get over that creek with her second shot. We'll have to wait and see. Much depends on the lie for Jung. Ji-hyun, a closing birdie. Scared the hole a couple of times coming in. Not afraid to give it a whack. Oh, and she's going to do the exact same thing here in 18. Great roll. The ball will remain above ground. Level par 72. Nothing to scoff at. And 5 shots of the lead. Good enough for a share of 36th for the Korean Women's Open champion now. Jo Yun-hee, 17, currently 1 over par. One birdie on the day did come at a par 3, the 7th hole. And that's going to leave herself right around where Lim Hee-jung was. He's in the company of Choi Ka-ram and Hyo-ju, no player in that group under par. Now E1 electing to putt this one. It's going to contend with about 3 feet of straggly fringe. Came through it pretty smoothly. Good effort. It's going to be another very solid round of golf. E1. 9 straight pars to close. 2 under par 70 to open her challenge for breakthrough KLPGA Tour title. 15. Choi Hee-young. 59th on the money list coming into the week. Needs a couple of more good finishers to lock up her tour card for the first time in 4 seasons. Just off the edge of the green for the 31-year-old. So-mi for a bogey 6 and a 72. Birdie, bogey finish to the round for Lee So-mi. Like Ji-hyun. Signs for a 72. Share of 35th. What's the lie looking like for Hee-jung in the right rough here? Oh, it's a nasty one, so looking short of the creek here. The number 1, keep it in the fairway. She's done just that, but she's going to have a good maybe 7-iron into this green in her 3rd shot. Yeomin. Next tee shot just up the right-hand side. Afford her a good angle to this left hole location at 5. Can't afford to do that. Turns it over. Short-sided miss. Really poor. Hee. Second shot to her closing hole. Right, 18 left. Pins in the left side. 80th on the money list coming into this week. Oh, go on. Go on! Well, that would have been some way to finish off a walk-off eagle. Not to be. We'll give her that for a 2 under par round of 70. I think with her length going over the creek, not going to be a problem here. It's over the creek, but we'll be playing a third shot out of the right rough. Currently level par for opening round. Hyo-ju on the penultimate hole. Keep on going. That's not bad. Awkward stance in that greenside bunker. 25-year-old turned pro back in 2015. Best finish on tour was 7th at the Rotary Open in 2021. Well, not to be a 2, but it'll be a 2 under par opening round of 70 for Kim Jae-hee. Nice way to finish. Simplest of birdie threes to close out her round. 3 birdies against a single drop shot. Awfully congested at 2 under par. The hands low here, trying to open up that club face. Uses the bounce. Not much room to work with. Not well played at all. Hard to commit to try and hit a shot like that. So much speed and commitment. When things aren't going your way, those are the shots that start to get away from you. A great look at this beautiful closing hole at Serenity Country Club. Hee-jung. And the third shot remaining. She's coming out of the fairway. Anything just sort of right edge of that TV tower is okay. But you go left edge of that TV tower. We've seen there's that slope that brings all the balls round to the left, 163 meters, so a lot further back than I thought she was. And this is probably going to be a 6-iron, maybe a grip down 5. No, she's lost that right. Oh dear, oh dear. This is, well, that's not the spot you want to leave yourself. A long bunker shot, no green to work with, lots of sand to cover. It's been a rather pedestrian march back to the clubhouse for Lim Hee-jung. Now, Jo Eun-hee. Birdie at 17. Rakes right. Never got that one high enough. Jin-hee. To get this close, she's almost got to take it, sort of land it where Lee So-mi was, right on the edge of the green at the fringe. Just have it try to kick down. 104 left. Just turn the club face over a fraction. No, not a bad spot to miss. Just through that green. Forms an uphill chip. Temperatures just dropped slightly. Started off at 22 degrees, just sort of creeping into the 20s and high teens right now, especially with the breeze. Young putting this one from pin high off the edge of the green here at 15. Lovely touch. Choi Hee-young, former rookie of the year, and really lost her game over the last 4 or 5 seasons. It's good to see her playing well again. 32 next month is Hee Young. Which means to her resume just over 100 million won banked this season. Par putt for Yu Hyo Ju. She's looking a long way out to the right. She'll have to hit this fairly softly because I don't think it moves that much, does it? Oh, it does if you pull it in the middle. Well, no pictures on the scorecard. Got off to a quick start, but bogey at 8, doubled at 12. Suji. That's one left for her third shot. She likes the look of this. He likes the look of this. That's a brilliant shot from Kim Soo-ji. And she's got that for a round of 72 after being 3 over through 3 holes. First look of the day at Hyo Da-bin. Hopefully the last shot of the day for the lady who sits 70th on the money list for a round of 69. Not to be. Don't want to be dropping another shot here. Oh, I thought she had that one. I think she thought she had that too. Just a different kind of pressure when you're a professional. Teeing up as a professional, I should say. It was freewheeled as an amateur. You've got nothing to lose. And the sponsor's invite this week, and unfortunately, she is struggling along at 2 over par now. Hee Jong. Well, hardest shot in golf, 30, 40 yard bunker shot. If there's anything going for her. The sand's fairly compact. It does take a lot of conviction, this. It's not her most lofted club. I want to say this is a gap wedge. Like a long explosion. She's nipped that clean. And that is a stunning shot for Lim Hee Chung. Made that look a lot simpler than it was. Still work to be done for a par. Whoa. Trying to get in with a round of 70. Nope. Just running out of pace. Not in red figures. You're going to leave yourself with a bit of work to do tomorrow to make the cut. Certainly conditions, as we mentioned, a lot trickier in this afternoon wave than they have been in the morning. Great look behind Im Jin Hee here. Gentle rise up the hill, just works its way to the right as it approaches the hole. The back foot bump and run played very nicely indeed by this year's Macau Mona Park Ladies Open champion. Titanic duel with Ina down the stretch at the Yongpyong Resort. She'll go ahead and tidy this one up. A pair of birdies balancing out a pair of bogeys, level past 72. Im Jin Hee. Hyo Da-bin. Round of 70. Celebrated her 24th birthday on Wednesday, did Hyo Da-bin. Should be rather delighted with a bogey-free 70 to start things off this week at the UK Savings Bank Sayri Park Invitational. Hee Jong for a par at the last in a round of 69. Just wants to move right at the end, but anything outside of a ball left I don't think comes back. Should have listened, Hee Jung. Well, it's going to be frustrating for her. Had it to 4 under par at one stage. A couple of late drop shots at 16 and 18. Still inside the top 10 heading into Saturday. Well, for the first time. Just a slow slip up at the end. Kosso, Kim Hee-ji. In you go. Oh, how does that stay out for the KLPGA Tour sophomore? It's not going to be a chip-in birdie, but a par will keep her at 2 under. Brilliant duel we had between this young lady, the reigning Doosan match play champion Hong Jung-min, and eventual Rookie of the Year winner Song Ga-eun last season for Rookie of the Year honors. 3 of them all vying for that. So many lead changes on that table at the end of the season. Ga-eun eventually coming up tops with her win at the Hana Financial Group Championship, which is where we'll head next week to Bears Best in Cheongna. Really a very stacked field. Assembled there, Paddy Tavatanakit, Yulimi No, Jaravi Bunchant. It's an international cast that will descend on Cheongna, and that's the way you want to finish. A brilliant battling inward half of 33. Suji with a round of 72 to leave her an even par and a share of 36th after the opening round here at Serenity Country Club. An Sung-yi to get back to even. No. Stayed high all the way for An. Well, tricky afternoon conditions have left Jung Yoon-ji fairly safe at the top of that leaderboard at 5 under par. Lee Ji-hyun still returning the best round of the afternoon starters at 4 under par, 68 to leave her, alongside Jang In-soo and Yoo Hae-ran. Outside look for a birdie here at 16. Certainly had the line.
살짝 오르막색 옆날.
확실하게 살짝 오르막대 옆날이.
Looks to be okay on this 18th hole. Ju. Well, also looks to be a fairly heavy lie from 116. Might be a 9-iron. He's just off the right. The right hole location guarded by a bunker. A series of bunkers. She's taking it straight at it. A very brave shot by Yu Hyo Ju. Excellent from that spot. Middle of the fairway. That's where you want to be here. Do my eyes deceive me, or does that ball look like it's sitting in an old divot? We'll be able to tell when she makes contact. 95 meters left. In a solid season is Jo Yun-hee. It's like top 40 on the money list. Trick of the eye there. No sand splashing out of that, but that ball splashes into the sand of that greenside track. Really poor miss from prime position for Jo Yun-hee there. Now, somewhere in that bunker is Inju Yeon on the par 3 15th. 25-year-old lost her card at the end of last season, got it back at Q School. Top 10 finishes at the Daewoo MBN Ladies Open and the Korean Women's Open. BG at 16 out of the right rough. 159 meters left. Did she get all of it? Ooh, skips over the bunker. That's a huge break for KG. It's going to trundle through to the back edge of the green. And that's a good bit of break there. Doesn't she know it? Over par. Gotta take advantage of these par fives, surely. Middle of the fairway, 105 left. She can get it back to even par. That's more like it. That certainly is more like it from Hwang Yo-min. Excellent shot into 6. Chance to open her account for the day. She can get back to even par. She'll be off in the easier wave tomorrow morning. Certainly much easier scoring conditions. You never know. Some of the lovely snapshots captured by our official photographer. Obviously the biggest crowd of the morning following our defending champion. Highest ranked player in the field. Kim Hyo-ju currently sits inside the top 10 on the Rolex Women's World Rankings. Looking to defend her title this week. Played the company of Park Min-ji. Winner last week at the KB Financial Group Star Championship for a 4th win of the year and a second major title, pushing her over the 1 billion Korean won prize mark. And that was the Saeri Park Challenge earlier in the week. The Korean legend still showing her peers that she can hit all the shots. Jo Ha-yeon, Kim Hee-jung, Park In-kyung, Jung Han-up, Kim Hyo-ju, some of the participants, and what was plenty of fun and games earlier in the week at Serenity Country Club. Choi Hee-young on 17. 17 on the 18th. 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 17 on the 18 couple of close ones. Is that going to feed? Looks like it. Come on. Round you come. Round you come. Keep going. Oh. Well, not many closer than that from Choi Hee-young. Excellent tee shot. You'd think she's going to get back to even par at the conclusion of the 17th. Significant amount of break in this for In Ju-yeon to save her par at the other par 3 on this back 9. No, not to be. She's one of those players that, I mean, she's missed 10 cuts this season, but she's inside the top 50 on the money list, courtesy of 3 top 10 finishers. Well, 2 of them 5th place finishers, and Jeju Island and the Daiwina MBN, but coming off a couple of miscuts heading into this week. Now, An Song-hee, seen this from Lee So-mi earlier, not an easy shot, well below the level of the green. Plays it very handily indeed. Looks like that ball stayed on the face of the bunker for Jo Eun-hee. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. Does have an uphill lie, so just sort of stab into it, pop it up in the air. Everything will collect down to the hole. Yeah, lovely touch. Jo should be a par. That'll be a round of 73. Kim Hee-ji got a great break, skipping it over the bunker. This would be sum 3. Oh, had the line. Certainly had the line. A great top 10 finish at the LPGA Championship at Ildong Lakes earlier this season. Won by Kim Hae Lim. It's been a tidy opening round from Kim Hee-ji so far. Well, it was a brave third shot. Can Yoo Hyo-ju convert? Uphill, just working its way to the right. It's tracking. It just needed one more revolution. 73 for you. After that great start, but just couldn't keep it going. It's going to be a 73 as well for Jo Eun-hee. That par at the closing hole. Just the one birdie on her scorecard today, coming at the par 3 7th. Right now, 1 over par projected to be the cut if things ended this afternoon. On the other side of the golf course. Now he won. Currently 1 under par, playing her final hole. Giving herself a look to get to that very congested mark of 2 under par. Well, scoring was good this morning, but tricky conditions really made it a challenge for the afternoon starters here on day 1 at the OK Savings Bank Sayri Park Invitational. A tee shot and a simple conversion will take Choi Hee-young back to even par. Good enough for 37th at the moment. Meanwhile, Wang Yo-min, very fine shot into the 6th. This to get back to 1 over par onto the projected cut line. Yeah, that's better. First birdie of the day for Wang Yo-min. There's a big old smile. 3 holes left to play in her opening round. Lim Hee-jung really had it go. He had to 4 under par through 14. Just struggled at the end. Couple of late bogeys. Eventually signed for a 2 under par round of 70 to sit 3 shots off the pace. Currently set by Jung Yoon-ji after her opening round of 67. Well, just how did Lim Hee-jung do it? Well, let's keep you up to speed. Lovely birdie at the second hole. Set up a nice birdie there. Fourth for Lee Johnson. And rolling early. Well, that was the second shot into 5. This was for 3 in a row. Not to be. She looked to be in cruise control. Until a shank on the par 5-6. Inexplicable from one of the best swingers and ball strikers on the KLPGA Tour. Some branches. And the putting surface. Left herself a lot of work to do for par. Did not go on to pop that one in, despite her best efforts. And that would be her first drop shot of the afternoon. So a bogey 6 at the 6th. Lim Hee-jung back to 1 under par, but bounced back in brilliant fashion. Shortest par 3 on the golf course, the 138-meter 7th. And the wedge in hand. Abbreviated follow through, stared this one down all the way. Just turned it over a fraction. But hey, Hee-jung, we know she's capable of wonderful things around the greens, and this was certainly the highlight of her day. A chip in 2 to recover the shot she dropped at 6. Got her back to 2 under par. 363-meter par 4. She's hugged the left edge of the fairway. Most importantly, found the fairway. Give herself an opportunity to go flag hunting with this second shot. Nice kick off the front fringe, and you thought this was a moment when we could see some fireworks. Apart from that shank on 6, was going along very well, and unfortunately, just didn't quite have the measure of the pace there. Coming up agonizingly close. Up to the 9th. Very nicely, Lim Hee-jung. One of the strengths of her game, terrific ball striker. Shifted a long way out there as well. Again, when you've got that speed, coming out of the rough, doesn't bother you. Still get plenty of spin control. Stop it with trajectory. Just through the back of the green. Got a little help from the backstop. And continue to feed on down to the hole. So left herself that putt for a 3 under par outward half of 33. And surprise, surprise, guess where this one ended up? Straight in the middle of the can for Lim Hee-jung. We really thought she was going to kick off and run the table on the back 9. Par 5, 10th, playing up the hill. Just squirted it into the right rough. We have seen some players able to get home in 2. Probably on the limit for Hee-jung at 250. And this was a bit of a curious decision, electing to tried to scamper it up to the front edge of the green, ended up in the fairway, halfway fairway, halfway green side bunker up the right-hand side, left her a fairly long bunker shot, but she played this beautifully. Clip wedge, plenty of spin on it. Gave herself an outside chance for a birdie. Unfortunately, was not to be at 10. Once again, coming up a good foot short. Right about where we her in our coverage this afternoon. The 11th tee. Didn't quite make it all the way to the OK Savings Bank circle. Split the fairway is what she needed to do. Now, these were a couple of loose shots here. Only a 9-iron in hand here. Tug that one slightly. So, not quite up to standard for Lim Hee-jung. And the putt, unfortunately, did not find its target either. Just outside, just inside of 25 feet. Case of deja vu at the scenic 12. Lovely tee shot straight down the middle. Pick up the peg. We know where this one's headed. She left herself with a slight downhill lie. Slight. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. And again, with that same club in hand with a 9-iron. The pin on the left-hand side, you figure it would set up really well for her little trap draw. Just hung this one out to the right. Only two very poor swings with short irons for Hee-jung. Still, gave herself just about a 30-footer for a birdie. Uphill right to left, always a comfortable-looking putt for a right-handed player. And that's the time when the wind was starting to pick up late in the day. You could see her tossing some grass up, trying to work out what it was doing. I mean, this wasn't a million miles away, but should have hit it closer in that second shot. Very similar to 12-13. Just got stuck in the first cut of rough up the right-hand side. Play to an uphill semi-blind green. It was a 7-iron from 136. Just wasn't able to get it up there. It still left herself in a fairly simple spot for an up and down. Probably a chip you'd think about making 1 out of every 5 times. Some deft touch around the greens. Wasn't to be a second chip in of the day, but a very simple par. And then on 14, a stunning second shot to set herself up for birdie. Little left to right, her just caught a piece of the cup. And that got her to 4 under par. And we thought, well, here we go. A couple of scoreable par 3s coming in and the par 5 18th to play. Perhaps, just perhaps, she was going to be able to get past John Yoon-ji's 5 under par clubhouse target. It was a lovely tee shot here on 50. Just a bit unlucky with a firm first bounce. It set up an opportunity for about 25 feet for a birdie that would have taken her alongside the reigning E1 Charity Open champion. This birdie putt, never really high or hard enough for Hee-jung, so only a par. 16, start to go a little bit awry here. So the one danger is up the right here, and well, that just left her in an awful spot. Terrible hanging lie in the right rough. Ball well below her feet, not able to do anything with it. Caught this one very low off the face. Ended up in a pretty rough spot as well. So hard to judge how it's going to come out of this rough. Obviously thought this was going to release on a little bit more than it did. That's just catching it a little high on the club face. That left her an uncomfortable length putt for par. So the second drop shot of the day would come for Hee-jung at 16 on 17. A good solid tee shot here. A bit unlucky. Watch this first bounce. It just pitches right. He tries to use the slope and come back, but just stays out to the right. Still pin high. When it about that range of putt that she seems to hold when she's playing well. Unfortunately, I mean, you could tell halfway to the hole that this wasn't going to get there. Showing the jaws again. And unfortunately, more problems on the 18th. Tried to hit that little peeling fade, just overdid it a fraction. Jumped into a fairly awful lie in this right rough, so unable to clear the creek in two, just had to lay it up and laid it up a long way back. After third shot, some 163 meters. This closing par 5 when the playing partners all coming in with a wedge, thinking about attacking, and this was just a poor swing. Got stuck behind it late, left the club face wide open, wiped it into the green side bunker, and it left a long, awkward bunker shot to a tight pin with really no green to work with. I mean, she did well from here. Watch this technique. Keep the acceleration and speed up. Clipped it nicely, got plenty of spin. We've seen that putt a couple of times in our coverage. You start that outside the hole, it just never comes back. And unfortunately for Lim Hee-jung, 2 bogeys in her closing 3 holes after being at 4 under par through 14. It'll leave a sour taste in her mouth as she tucks into dinner this evening. But 2 under par, still only 3 shots back. I mean, didn't really have her best stuff off the tee. A player who is so well known for driving it very well. Just over half her fairways hit. And a couple of them rather wide misses on 60 and 18. That proved costly. And still, should be one of the favorites heading into the weekend. Only 3 shots to make up to Jung Yoon-ji, the reigning Korean Women's Open champion. Still very much in the conversation after an opening round of 70. Choi Hee-young, who was a feature at Rainbow Hills for much of the weekend, the sentimental favorite, you could say. Important shot here. Good contact required. Get it over the creek. Keep it in the fairway. Maybe try and attack with your 3rd shot. That is excellent from Choi Hee-young. Clears the creek with ease, middle of the fairway. So a birdie finish would leave Choi Hee-young in red figures. Red figures already for Kim Hee-ji, and a terrific tee shot in the 17. This to get to 3 under. Well, never a doubt. She is putting with some confidence, Kim Hee-ji. 3rd unanswered birdie of the day, now moves inside the top 5. Hwang Yo-min just birdied 6. Lovely tee shot to 7. Stay up. No. Yeah, sometimes just momentum's hard to build. She's starting to get dialed in with her irons. There's still a lot of golf left to play for Hwang Yo-min. She has won twice on the jump tour already this season. Talented 19-year-old. Obviously not playing in the jump tour event this week. 2 feeder tours into the KLPGA. Seoul. Hill. Her first win on the jump tour. 1 shot margin of victory. Good enough. The Dream Tour, the other tour that the Korean lady professionals can tee it up on. Opportunities and pathways to the one of the best tours in women's golf. One of the most competitive tours in women's golf, the KLPGA Tour. wedged it to here, did Choi Hee-young at the home hole. So this for a 1 under par round of 71. It's tracking. It just peels off on the low side. Steady start for Choi Hee-young. Just what she needed. One of those players with their eye on the money bubble. Currently 54th on the money list. Just over 104 million won banked for the year. You have to feel it. Somewhere around the 150s, 160s. The end of the season looming. Might get it done. It should be good enough. 11 events left in the calendar, including this week. It's a solid opening round of 72. ENG. Way back down the fairway. Or the first cut of rough, we should say. Hybrid out, so clearly plenty of firepower. Yep, creek not a problem for Hee-ji. Birdies at 4, 10, and that's 17. Have in a 6-way tie for 5th at 3 under. And so just checking her numbers with her. She's 1 over par at the moment. Joo-yeon just dropped a shot at 15. First par 3 on this inward half. A chance to recover it here at 17. Just on that marker, it will snake right. No. It just snaps so hard in the last 6 feet. Hwang Yo-min on the 8th. Never too late to start stringing birdies together. She's got the driver back under control. A couple nice shots into 6 and 7. And that's not too bad into it. Just pin high left. That's going to have a little bit of swing in it. Tidy up for Joo-yeon. Okay, no mistakes there. Sung-hee back at 2 over par. Apologies. Here's the bubble girl right now. 60th on the money list. Top 60 keep their playing rights for the lucrative 2023 season. How important is that shot going to be at the end of the year? Every shot in golf makes someone happy. It's an old saying. Can't remember who it was by. But should she pop that one in for a level par round of 72? There might be a smile at the end. Now, EG quietly gone about her business today. Ooh, just going to stay on the little top rise. She would have wanted better, but it's a chance to match the low round of the afternoon. That one's gone better than Lee Ji-hyun 3 of the afternoon starters here at Serenity Country Club. 4 under par, 68. Kim Jin-young having a bit of a day to forget. 85 meters left to go. And that ball's just sitting down a bit in the first cut of rough, and that ball's a little bit above her feet as well. So got to be careful. Don't want the toe to dig in here. Beautifully played. That's more like it. She'll need a low one tomorrow and that putt to go into have any sort of chance of 3 rounds of golf this week at the 54-hole OK Savings Bank Sayri Park Invitational. It's been an entertaining opening round here at Serenity Country Club. These are your highlights from Friday. Chang Soo-yeon. Third shot into the 18th. That was very nicely played indeed. That would set up a fifth and final birdie of her day. She would return a 3 under par round of 69. Only drop shots at 13 and 14, souring what was a very good morning. Ji Young win at the Mediheal Championship, the second event of the year. No one's carded more rounds in the 60s this season in the KLPGA Tour than Park. And that was simply quality. Park Ji Young into the sixth. That would set up a birdie. And final birdie of the day, she would scribble her name next to a 2 under par round of 70. Yoo Ran leads the KLPGA Tour points list coming into this week. Second on the money list to runaway leader Park Min-ji. Excellent. At the par 3 seventh. That'd be good enough for a birdie to take her to 3 under par for her round. That was her fourth birdie of the day. Going to make another one at the 8th for a 68. Kim Ka-young had a hole-in-one at the 7th. And she would finish off with that little tiddler, dropping in for an inward half of 33 in a round of 69. Share of 5th. I did mention Hye-ran made birdie on 8. Here's how. There's a putt that Hwang Yo-min will face when she gets up to the green a little bit later on. In you go. 68 for Yoo Hye-ran, outscoring her playing partners Park Min-ji and Kim Hyo-ju. Hye-ran continuing a fine form this season. Seo Yeon-jung. This was at the 18th. 2 under par coming into this hole. Using the contours of the green to perfection. I think she can manage that. Pop that one in for a round of 69. Probably the highlight of Lim Hee-jung's day. She's turned over a pitching wedge into this par 3. But she leaves the putter in the bag. A delightful chip in. It took Lim Hee-jung to 2 under par, just inside the top 10 through her first 7 holes. Lee E1 picked up an early birdie and then found another at the turn. Went out in 2 under par 34, but came home with 9 straight bars for an opening round of 70. Hee-jung, after an inexplicable shank on the 6th, that was far from her mind. Birdie the 7th and the 9th to turn in 3 under par 33, and we thought she was going to romp home on the back 9, but Serenity Country Club had other ideas. Hwang Seo-yeon, one of the rookies featuring prominently at the top of the leaderboard, popped this one in for birdie at the 13th. 2 under par round of 70. At the 15th, former Korean Women's Open champion, 7-time titleist Oh Ji-hyun canned that one from long range en route to a level par round of 72. Lee-jung. 4 straight pars to this point on the back 9. Little left to righter after delightful shot into 14. Found its target, but a couple of late drop shots at 16 and 18. Eventually left her with a 2 under par 70. Yo-min, 9 straight pars to start her day. And then a drop shot at the 1st. Another one at the 5th, but responded in brilliant fashion at her 3rd shot to the par 5 6th. She would open her birdie account for the week with that straightforward 3-footer We're back to 1 over par and onto the projected cut line. Kim Hee-ji, she's piecing together quite the performance. That was her third unanswered birdie of the day at the par 3 17th, taking her to 3 under par and into that 6-way tie for 5th. Here is Hee-ji for what would be... She'll add it onto the mental highlight reel, won't she? Right to lefter to get to 4 under par into a share of second. No, not going to be high enough for Hee-ji. Not going to be the big birdie finish, but a blemish-free round of 69. Leave her very handily placed heading into the weekend. That makes for some nice reading. 3 birdies, not a drop shot on the card. So as play winds down this opening round at the UK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational, Jeong Yoon-ji will take a 1-shot lead into the weekend, looking for her second win of 2022. Yoo Hae-ran only a shot back. The defending champion Kim Hyo-joo a further shot back. Hee-ji after that beautiful bogey-free 69 in that tie for 5th. A colourful cast of characters piling up behind them. The low amateur in the field, Kim Min-sol, delightful 70. These are at 2 under par alongside Lee Yi-won. Ji Han-sol, 1 birdie, 17 pars in her round today. Park Min-ji, well, could say disappointing 72 for last week's winner. She sits in that group at even par, a share of 37th with the likes of defending champion at the height Jinro, Kim Soo-ji, and KLPGA Tour rookie Ma Da-som. Well, that'll just about do it for our coverage here on day 1 at the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational. We do hope you'll join us same time, same place tomorrow for more action from Serenity Country Club. Until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying bye-bye for now.